Peter Strzok need blame no one other than himself for writing what he wrote. He was unfit to investigate either of the presidential candidates. How this is going to turn out, I don't know. It's D.C. I don't know what a jury's going to do with it, but he is unfit for law enforcement. And whoever fired him, I guess it was Chris Wray. I am sure that Chris did not do it because of pressure from President Trump.
That was former Congressman Republican Trey Gowdy sounding off on Peter Strzok, the former FBI official who sent numerous anti-Trump text messages. Peter Strzok now suing the Justice Department for firing him. Joining me now is former DOJ official Tom Dupree. Great to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Liz.
Trey Gowdy really ripping into Peter Strzok there. What's your take?
My take is that Strzok's lawsuit is dead on arrival, in my humble opinion. Look, these were texts that he sent on a government-issued phone. Obviously, the investigation into his conduct was lawfully carried out, and to the extent he's trying to argue that there was some sort of political vendetta against him, I think the evidence is overwhelming that he was fired not because of his political views, but because he was using his official position to try to thwart the election of President Trump. He was allowing his personal views to affect his official actions.
You know, Strzok is trying to say he has grounds because his privacy was violated when he sent those text messages, but you point out they're on government FBI phones. They're a matter of public record. So what is he talking about?
That's the thing, right? If he were having these texts either on his own personal cell phone or if he were speaking in the privacy of his own home, that's one thing. But when you take your FBI-issued cell phone to send these texts, that cell phone and the messages are the property of the United States government, and I don't see how he could credibly claim any sort of reasonable expectation of privacy in those communications.
I want to get to this. Judicial Watch now reporting that the FBI leaks are worse than realized. At least 14 FBI workers refer to the Internal Ethics Office at the FBI for leaking of classified or sensitive information. Just 4 were fired. Your reaction to that? That's according to Judicial Watch.
Yeah, you know, it's intriguing, and it's kind of a double-edged sword from my perspective. On one hand, yes, it is a significant number. It's around 15 of these reports over the last 3 or 4 years. So that's a pretty high rate. On the other hand, it also underscores that they take these seriously. In other words, the very fact that there are these investigations and these disciplinary proceedings shows that this leaking isn't something that's being swept under the rug. To the contrary, it's being investigated and, at least where appropriate, punished.
What do you think of John Durham now looking into the probe of the probe? He's the prosecutor. He's got subpoena power. He can file crimes. The Republicans, including a former Pentagon spokesman, asking John Durham to broaden the investigation into how Mueller and his team got the investigation started. What do you see happening here? We're going to get that IG report coming out next month. Your take?
Right. I think as far as Durham goes, my sense is he's going to keep his focus on what led to the instigation of the Mueller investigation. Did the dossier play a role? How did we get to where we are today? I think it's less likely that he's actually going to look into the conduct of Mueller and his team as they conducted the investigation. I think from the Republicans' perspective, the Mueller report is a closed chapter in our history, and I would be surprised if they wanted to put a spotlight on Bob Mueller and his investigation, because if nothing else, it would again put the spotlight on the underlying investigations, which I don't think any American wants at this point.
I want to switch gears. The Justice Department now saying Democrats are looking to harass the president more than legislate. The DOJ is urging a federal appeals court to overturn a ruling that would force President Trump's accounting firm to turn over years' worth of his financial records to Democrats in Congress. What do you think the end game in all of this will be?
Well, I am watching this case closely. It's fascinating. On the one hand, there's no question that a lot of these subpoenas, including a lot issued by House oversight, are not being issued for a legitimate legislative purpose, but really just to harass, to badger the president, to score political points. On the other hand, I think that courts historically are reluctant to get involved in these types of disputes. They basically say, we're just not well equipped to try to decide whether a congressional investigation is legitimate or not. That's not what we're here to do. So I think although the Trump team has fairly good arguments as to what the underlying motives here were, I think it's another question whether they'll be able to persuade federal judges to actually stop this investigation.
Tom Dupree, thank you so much for joining us. Great to see you.